Okay, we are still talking about motivation. And we are now learning about traditional approaches in motivating people. Okay? I just suggested three different approaches in the traditional motivation. Okay? Need-based approach. Do you remember I started with the raccoon story? What is the raccoon's need? Milk. Okay? Absolutely. If we supply, if we meet the demand of the human need, we can motivate people. That is a need-based approach. Need-based approach. And we learned about hierarchy of need. And we learned about the ERG theory, two-factor theory. Okay, I will have a little. And we are going to the cognitive-based approach and the non-cognitive-based approach. Good. Let's go forward. Okay, so do you remember the Maslow's hierarchy of need? Maslow, father of the motivation theory, okay, he proposed this hierarchy of need. So then, as an individual, as a person, we started with a physiological need. We need air, okay? We need food, we need water. Okay? If we do not have air, food, or no sleep, what will be happening on our life? We will die. So, absolutely, that's a burning need. Good. Safety need. This is a basic need. Okay? And after fulfilling this basic need, we may need to looking for another high level of something. That is a psychological need. We are looking for the belongings. I need my mom, I need my father, I need my friend, I need my community, I need my classmates. Okay? Absolutely. Because we are social creature. Human is a social creature. Okay? Good. And then we are looking for the high esteem. I want to get recognized. I want to get my attention. I need my affection, appreciation. Okay? That is a esteem need. Why do you want to get an A from this course? Why do you want to get A? Because that's need of this. There's a need of that. There's a need of this. Probably this. Okay? Good. However, when we have all this kind of need, we are still looking for higher form of the self-actualization need. We want. Okay? We want self-actualization. And however, I propose that another level of something, self-transcendent. However, I don't want to say about that. Anyway, this is a basic understand of the hierarchy of need. We have a step. Okay? So that's easy to understand. However, here is a problem. Can you identify the problem of this model? Probably not easy. Okay? However, every time we change our need. Yeah, okay, so right now I need a food. Did you take the dinner? Are you full? Okay, so that's okay. Then you are looking for this now. However, after 4 or 5 hours later, you get hungry. Then what you need? You may need this again. Okay? So that means our need is changing. Okay? That's dynamic. So however, this model does not have that kind of the dynamics. Good. So then ERG theory proposes the dynamics. Go up or go down. That's moving. That's changing. Okay? So first ERG theory, it makes more simple. Existence need, relatedness need, and the growth need, this is more higher form. Okay? So if the existence need like a food, basic need, okay, we can go up. And we are looking for the belongings or the friends or the relations. However, if we have enough or the satisfactory relationship, something, we can go forward to the growth need. However, if that does not mean, okay, let's go back. So that's dynamic. That's changing. Okay? So, either first ERG theory give us the overcoming the limitation of the static Maslow's hierarchy model. It's getting dynamic. Okay? Good. So that's it. That's easy to understand. However, that's getting more dynamic. However, that's still not sure. That's not sure. So, Hertzberg make it more simple. Okay? Make it more simple. Hertzberg just proposed that the two factors, hygiene factor and motivational factor. Hygiene factor is like a security or the survival. Okay? Basic need. And the motivational factor is simply the psychological need or the self-actualization of something, higher form of something. Okay? So he made it more simple and he proposed there is a dissatisfaction and the motivation and not satisfaction, but the motivated and the positive satisfaction and the motivation based on this kind of processes, this hygiene factor, motivational factor make an impact on the human motivation together. So not only this, but however, it together make an influence on the human motivation. Even though that is very simple, but however, that two factors act simultaneously. That's the Hertzberg theory. Okay? So Hertzberg claimed that the people have two sets of the basic needs, one focusing on survival and another focusing on personal growth. Make it simple, but however, that is more integrated. That's the Hertzberg theory. So, we get to know Maslow theory, the art of person theory, Hertzberg theory is need-based approach. It's easy to understand. It's intuitively, yeah, that is true. Intuitively, but however, can we support that argument with the science? Can we support that kind of argument with the data? Can we prove that? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, there is no empirical support from the science. No psychological support. No empirical support. It makes sense, but however, I need evidence. But we cannot find any evidence. Okay? Whenever we test something like this, everybody understand how we can identify how much percent of something. Easy to understand, but empirical support or the empirical proof or empirical something, scientific support is different story. Okay? So, scholars, scientists, we need number. We want data. But however, this type of the need-based approach theory does not have that kind of the empirical support. So, a few number of the leading scholars, especially for the psychologists, educations, or the businesses, they propose a different approach. That is, maybe cognitive-based approach. Cognitive. Do you know the cognitive something, cognitive domain? Probably. Yeah, this is human being. Okay. So, yeah, we may compose like this. Okay, we have a brain. We think. Okay, good. And here is a heart. Okay, and we have a heart. We feel. Right? And here we move. Take action or move. Okay, that's a movement, whatever. So, probably we may understand ourselves in three different domains. We call this is a brain thinking domain is a cognitive domain. cognitive domain, and this is affective domain or affection domain, affection, feeling, okay? And this is a psychomotor domain. Okay? Probably you will learn about the Bloom's taxonomy subject. However, we understand our human actions or the human feelings or the human thinkings with these three different domains: cognitive domain, affective domain, or the psychomotor domain. Probably you can easily understand this. Okay, that is this. And there can be this. And there can be this. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay. What is this? Okay. What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. So traditionally, in our oriental philosophy, we understand our human activities or the humans as like that. Who come from Hangzhou? Hangzhou. Yeah. Hey. Okay. So probably you know this. Give me a second. Okay. What is this? What is this? Probably that's much more thinking. This is action. Between, whatever. So traditionally you have that kind of concept, and then in the more recent years, we in Western world we follow that understandings and we conceptualized our human as like this. Any difference? No difference. No difference. However, okay. So you know that I am much more interested in making your behavior change. I want to make you work. Okay? So I'm interested in your action, in your movement, or your behavior. Behavior. I'm interested in changing your behavior. I want to do it. Okay? So probably we need to manipulate, we need to manage these or this. And more recent years, okay, in 1980s or the 90s, this is a part of this. So that mainly cognitive thinking that's occurring within our brain is the key determinant to make up action or behavior. That's our theory, that's our finding, that's our empirical data, that's our science. So we focus on the cognitive approach, okay, in order to change the human behavior. That's a science, okay. Absolutely, that is 100% supported by science. So then, a few number of psychologists and educators and business guys, we try to approach based on the cognitive thinking. We think, then we behave. Do you agree? Because we think, okay, we change our behavior. Let's see. Okay? Why that happens? Good. First, Bloom's expectancy theory. Bloom's expectancy theory. Okay? Why do you work hard? Why do you work hard? To get A? Okay, why? There is a professor and then he will give you, no matter what you do, he will give you C. Okay, no matter what you do, you will get C. Do you want to work? Okay. And there is another, okay? A, B, C, D. If you work hard, okay, more than 50%, you will get A. And B, more than 40%. No more than 10%. Do you want to work or do you don't want to work? Probably you work. Why? Because you expect this. Whatever you work hard. Okay, so if your expectation is this, I don't want to take that course. I will drop. Absolutely. However, if that is achievable, if I calculate, what if I take that course, maybe I have a chance to 50% of the A, then I will take that, I will work a little. Okay? Because we calculate that expectations and then we calculate, we think, then we change our behavior. We change our choice. That is the expectancy theory. Okay? That is proposed by the Bloom and the expectancy theory. Bloom's expectancy theory is you make an effort because you expect some performance. I will get A, okay? And then you will get the outcome. You will get, okay, you work hard, however, that right now you really work hard, you get A. However, you do something less and then you got A minus. Oh, okay, that's reasonable. Okay, so then you evaluate the outcomes and then you will see, you will evaluate, you will assess and you will compare the personal goals. Then you will change your effort. Make sense? Because we expect something, we change our effort, we change our behavior. If I expect, okay, so probably if I work 2 more hours something, maybe I get A. Then I will work. No matter what, if I work 40 hours something and I have no chance to get A, I just drop. According to your judgment, according to your evaluation, according to your expectations. Okay, this is the expectancy theory. People choose to put their effort into activities that they believe they can perform and they will produce desired outcome. Okay, expectancy, instrumentality, and balance. This is expectancy, instrumentality, and the balance. Expectancy is I judge, I evaluate, I calculate. Instrumentality, okay, so that's utilizable, it's achievable, and we think. Balance means, okay, I change my behavior according to my belief. Okay, that is an expectancy theory. Make sense? Yeah, I think so. Because I expect something, okay, I will change my behavior. Absolutely. We do. Okay? That's a very simple expectancy theory. Because we think. Expectancy is a thinking. Okay? We change our behavior. Next, goal setting theory. Do you remember what is the definition of the organization? Organization is an open, human, social system, open system that aim to achieve future goals. No goals, no organization. Okay? Goal is very important. Why? Why goal is important? Because of this. Okay? Performance goals play a key role in motivating people. Okay? Goals can mobilize and employees' effort to direct their attention, increase their persistence, and affect the strategy they will use to accomplish a task. Okay? So, do you remember the Barry? Barry. Do you remember the I play with a band? Oh. Help me. Okay? Yeah, come on. There is our goal. Let's go! Forward. Okay? So if we have a common goal, we go forward together. Okay? Alright. My goal is there, and then your goal is there. Okay? Yeah. Can we achieve the goal? No. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't. Yeah, I will kill you. So, this is the importance of the goal setting. And many times, one of the most difficult organizational problem is goal alignment. Wow. Many bodies are totally misaligned with our goal. For example, what is the goal of the WKU? Starting here, go anywhere? No. That is our catchphrase, not a goal. Anybody know what is our WKU goal? World class. That's what we want. However, how we can get? Do you believe that we can do the world class education? Nice motto, but however, that's not a goal. Okay? Frankly speaking, WKU, not only the WKU, but the K University goal is very clear. We want to serve the best affordable education for our people. Most affordable. Really? Affordable. Nobody knows. Why students don't know that? Why faculties don't know that? Why the school leaders that they don't know that? Because there is no clear goal. They make trouble. Really. And whenever I have a chance, I reminded our goal. Okay? They can listen. Okay. Then we experience the misalignment of our goal. What happens? Yeah, everybody do whatever they want. With no goals. We do not achieve our goals. But fortunately, it's quite common all around the world. That is the reason why we need management. Okay? So, technically speaking, okay, from the practically speaking, this is one of the most hardest for managers. Okay? Really. So maybe you'd better to think about what is our goal within an organization, or what is your personal life goal. You need to align all your activities with your life goal. Doris, what is your life goal? Do you have your life goal? What is your terminal life goal? Before you die, you want to achieve this goal. You prove yourself? Okay, you prove yourself, okay? You are smart, you're okay, and then you're okay. So you already proved it. What do you need? What do you want to prove? In front of what? Your mom? Your father? What do you want to prove? Okay. I'm asking, what is your personal, terminal goal? What is your life purpose? Do you have any? I want to go to the best graduate school. Oh yeah, probably. Is that your life goal? Instrumental goal? Pets, marrying. Okay, and you want to have a baby? Absolutely. Okay, that's fine. And are you doing something now to achieve that goal? Make a girlfriend. Make a girlfriend. Okay? In order to make a girlfriend, what do you need now? Okay? If you have a goal, try to do something now. Okay? However, if you do nothing now, that is not your terminal goal. Okay? Don't say that that is your goal. If you do nothing, okay? That is not your terminal goal. So like this, goal setting is really important because that helps us to align our activities, our behaviors to the goal. Okay? We think our goal. Then we behave to achieve that goal. That is a goal setting theory. Go work together and at least I can change my behavior. I think of the goal, then I align my behavior to achieve that goal. That is a goal setting theory. Okay, make sense? Make sense. Okay, please try to think of your terminal life goal. If you want to ask my terminal goal, okay, I want to do something. That's my terminal goal. I want to be happy. Okay. I thought that everybody wants to be happy. And then I want to make people utilizable. I want to make the people married. Give a second. Meaningful. I married once, but I divorced. So I achieved my goal, but however, that was failed. Okay. I learned a lot. Who knows? However, that is my terminal goal. At least I would think for that. I mean, I want to make you happy, I want to make you utilizable, I want to make your life more meaningful. That's my goal. I am doing something. Okay? I hope. Anyway, goal setting theory gave us a goal to think and adjust our behavior according to our goal. Okay? Aligning our behaviors to the goal. Goal setting theory. Good. And Bandura's social learning theory, or the social learning theory, or the social cognitive theory, is we learn from others. We see somebody's behavior and we learn and we imitate, we replicate, and we just replicate that kinds of behaviors. It's rather learning. That is very simple, and actually that is based on the Kurt Lewin's easy equation of this. Human behavior is a function of two things. Do you remember? Environment and person. However, Bandura elaborated that kind of the easy equation more dynamic. Okay, it's dynamic. Environment make an influence on the person, environment make an influence on the behavior. On the other hand, human change the behavior make an influence on the environment that also make a change of the personal factors. It's all dynamic according to the Bandura. And based on this kind of the very simple understand dynamics of the environment, the person, and the human behavior, he proposed learning by observation. Okay? Do you know that what is learning? What is knowing? What is the purpose of learning? To know something. Okay, what is the definition of the knowing? How we can define the knowing? Cross. When you can say you know something. When you memorize something, is that wrong? Is that wrong? Okay. So, when you say you know something, when you say you know something,
something I'm very similar with.
Similar with. So you judge. You judge and you know. Okay. So please help. Okay. Ilya. When you can say you know something, for example, you know the how can I know? Okay. You know? Do you know Alibaba?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how can you say you know Alibaba? General idea. What is your idea?
Like know something about.
Know something about
Alibaba.
Alibaba, for example. So that's like a fact, okay? Or data, information, right? Okay, thank you. And there is a hierarchy of knowing. There must be a hierarchy of knowing. If there are different form of the different levels of the knowing. For example, okay, something is happening, or phenomena is happening, and the social something is happening. So happening is happening. Okay, every time something is happening. Okay, and the phenomena is there. Something is changing. Okay, good. However, in order to convert this kind of the happenings or the phenomena or the something observation, something, okay, we start with data. We collect the data. Okay, we start with the data. Data can be the categorical data or the qualitative data or the visual data or the quantitative data, whatever. We convert something into data to know something. Then, if we have a data, something like Alibaba has a number of this amount of the revenue this year and this amount of the profit this year and that, you can say that you know the Alibaba? Probably no, because data need to be converted into information. Okay? So, if you have information about it, okay, so Alibaba CEO is a Jeonghwan, however, the Jeonghwan was dismissed for the making a mistake or something, okay? You got a lot of information, and you got that kinds of information throughout your IT device. What is IT? Information technology. You have your computer. You have your mobile phone. That is all ICT devices. Information communication technology. Okay? So technically you have tons of thousands of information. So then do you know the Alibaba? Not yet. That information must be converted to the knowledge. You must be able to judge something with your own sense, with your own standard. Everybody has a different knowledge because everybody has a different standard. Okay? So then, you get to know something based on your very commonly accepted standard something. Is it enough? Who is the most knowledgeable person? Probably newly graduated PhDs or newly graduated Harvard MBA, newly graduated very smart guys. However, for example, there must be two different situations. One guy who graduated Harvard MBA. Okay? And there is an old guy, and he has no Harvard MBA, and he is just a high school graduate. However, he worked in the market for 10 years, and he proved, okay, so more than 10 years, he was quite a reliable investor. Okay, good. So if you have $100,000, okay, do you want to invest in Harvard, newly graduated Harvard MBA, or a very experienced guy? Alisa, do you want to invest in A or B? B. Why? He must be more smarter. Well, he must have some more knowledge. But why we choose B?
Because he got 10 years.
10 years
Investing.
experiences. Okay, investment experiences. Experiences is a knowledge. A little bit different. Okay, so we may define it as a insight. Okay, it's different. It's different. Knowledge is one thing. However, knowledge plus action, that gives us an insight. Okay? I need your insight. I know you know many things. You are smart, you are brilliant, you are okay. But however, I need your insight. I'm looking for your insight. I need your insight in order to solve my business problems. That usually comes from knowledge plus action. Okay, good. And the insight is good, absolutely. However, there is a higher form of something that must be awakening. Okay, that can be this. Okay. Can you see that? Awakening. Do you think that I know this? No, I don't know. If I know this, maybe I don't need to be here. I must be a master of something like a Buddha or Confucius. Unfortunately, I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Knowing. Get to know the knowing is not easy. Okay? Anybody don't know? What do you know about yourself? Do you know you don't know anything? Can you please tell me what do you know about the universe, about yourself, about your relations, about your emotions? Probably you don't know. Okay. We manage. Whatever, there are tons of thousand theories to understand the knowing, and we call that kinds of approaches of epistemology. Probably you know that. At last week, epistemological approach. Whatever, out of the many epistemological approach, okay, Bandura proposed this social cognitive theory, social learning theory. We learn from others throughout observing people's behavior. How the elementary school students or the preschoolers learn something. How a baby can learn language. Oliver, how a baby can learn Chinese language? Just moms, mom or dad, oh, you know, their parents, sister, brothers. They teach the language, or the baby just to observe and repeat, or replicate, or copy of that.
Nobody is
Observe. Exactly. People learn throughout observation, not teaching. So, especially in the field, can we teach? Okay, so I say, hey, Pax, you need to follow this manual. I give you an example. I give you the manual. So you just need to follow the manual. Okay, do you read the manual? For example, okay, so maybe you buy the mobile phone. When you buy the mobile phone at the first, is there anybody who read the manual? Then how you can get to know how to use this? You just do by yourself, okay? Learning by doing is one thing. However, if you get to know more sophisticated functions of something, how you get to learn? You learn that kinds of things from your friend. Hey, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, you can learn this. Okay? Learning by doing is one thing. Learning by observation makes you more smarter. This is talking about it. Okay? When people teach, people will forget. Okay? When people see observe the example, they will follow. Okay? If people do that kinds of things by themselves, they will change their behavior. Okay? So, this learning by observation is very important process of learning. We change. Okay? Good. So we define that as a vicarious learning as well. So, a long story short, we observe the others, what they do, what the others are doing. Then we change our behavior. Because we think, we observe, we think, we process, we change our behavior, we change our motivation. Okay? So there is a social learning theory or social cognitive theory. We think throughout observation, and self-efficacy is the people's judgment of their capability to organize. So long story short, self-confidence. Self-confidence. Okay? So if you have a high self-confidence, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve whatever you want. However, if you do not believe in yourself, you cannot do anything. That's the observation of these studies. Really. So, one of the most important things you need to have is believe in yourself. Okay? Or, if you cannot believe in yourself, please believe in a stupid professor. I believe in you. Really. So, if you cannot believe in yourself, please believe in me. You are smart, you are good, you are pretty, you are nice. Okay. Believe in me. Believe in a very stupid professor. Okay. It's necessary to change your opinion. I know, so many of you are not believing in yourself because you don't know about yourself. But as an objective person, I can see, I can judge you. Okay? So, if you cannot believe in yourself, believe in me. Okay, I can tell you. Whatever, self-efficacy is one of the most deterministic factor to change the person's behavior, to motivate people's behavior. Okay, good. That's the social learning theory. And activity theory is more directive and more easy to understand. We calculate and we change. For example, motivation is strongly influenced by the desire to be treated fairly and by people's perception about whether they have been treated fairly or not. Okay? For example, you take the course, and one professor gives you a very mean score, like in case you will not get, only 1% of the students can get A. You work hard, however, I got C. However, another professor, okay, so he's very nice and he gives the very nice unfair something. Which course do you want to take? Fair. Okay? And that kinds of things frequently occurs in the performance appraisal, annual performance appraisal. Okay? And 2020. Okay, there is A and there is B. Good. And yeah, because of the pandemic situation, okay, there is a problem, something. Good. And A and B work together at the same company. Okay. However, fortunately, A, because of the something, he is working at the online. He is working at the online division, and however, he is working at the logistics, offline logistics. Okay? You know, last year, online business is going well. So he got A, grade A. However, because of the pandemic situation, the B's performance was not good, and he got C. Okay? He got the $10,000 bonus, and he reduced his salary by minus $10,000. If you are A, you will be happy. However, what if you are B? What do you think? Hail, where are you? What do you think? What will you do if you are B? You treated unfairly because you cannot control this. My performance is C. Not because of my effort, but because of the situation. What will you do? You will be highly demotivated. You don't want to work anymore. Okay, make sense? Okay. Why? Because we can see what's happening. So that can be easily calculated like this. A and B. A and B. Okay? You work hard. Well, how do you got C? Somebody worked less, but they got A. Simply because of the situation. Because of the pandemic. I work like crazy, but however, I could not control the situation. But I got C. Is fair? No, it's unfair. So then, do I need to work more? No. I will be highly demotivated. We think, we calculate, and then we change our motivation. So, absolutely, we want to make the people feel fair. I hope that. Okay? And nowadays, we are talking more about this kind of things. Equality. Like between the different gender. Okay? Simply because that you are a female, you are a woman. And is it justifiable you got the less than the 70% of the salary from the male? Simply because you are a female. Is it fair? Probably not. Okay? Inequality. Okay? Inequality. However, equality does not mean the justice. Okay? Equality, the mechanistic, technical equality does not mean the acceptable justice. Okay? We are looking for the justice, not the equity itself. Okay? For example, do you know that the tax Amazon.com, eBay, not eBay, okay, Facebook, Amazon, okay, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, what else? Or something like this. Okay, do you know how much tax they paid last year, 2020? You know that these companies on the lot last year. Okay? And how many tax they paid? How many tax they paid for society? Sure. They didn't pay anything. Is it fair? Accounting major? Is there any accounting major? Tax accounting? You make that. Really? Is it fair? Not fair. You want this. Okay. So then, that's equity theory. Okay? If we do not have justice, fairness, procedural fairness, or the outcome fairness, we change our perception. It happens, unfortunately, it happens in our world, especially in the business world more. Last year, many of the asset holders, okay, they make a lot of money simply because they have enough assets. However, what happened on the normal people, like workers, they lose their job, they suffer the loss. Is it getting better? No, it's getting worse. Okay, there is a few number of the cognitive-based approach in motivation. Okay, move on. Expectancy theory, goal-setting theory, social learning theory, social cognitive theory, and the equity theory. We think, we change our feeling, we change our emotions, we change our motivation, and we change our behavior. And that's totally supported by empirical data, because they come from the science. Okay, good. That's traditional understanding of the motivation theory. However, the last one, technically speaking, this is not a theory, something. However, this is just for the non-cognitive process approach, nothing. Okay, non-cognitive based approach. Simply, that's a tip for tat. If you work hard, I will pay. Okay? And if you do not work hard, I will fire you. Tit for tat, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Okay? And there are a few number of the mode that how we exercise tit for tat. Reinforcement theory, that's one of the non-cognitive theory. The reinforcement theory is rooted in the behaviorism. Okay? If you behave nicely, I train you nicely. If you behave wrongly, I will train you as a bad in a bad way. Okay? And the behaviorism, which attempt to explain the behaviors without referring to unobservable internal forces such as need or thought. No need, no thought, no thinking, no feeling. If you behave, I pay. Okay? So there are a few number of the modes. Okay? Positive reinforcement. If you work hard, if you nicely behave, I give you. Okay? Increase the frequency of the behavior by following the behavior with the pleasurable consequences. Okay? If you behave nicely, I give you more money, I give you more something. Okay? Is there anybody who knows that the Pavlov dog? Skinner, stop. Okay. Pavlov dog. Okay. So the Russian psychologist, he explained something. Okay. So whenever he give food or some cookies or something for his dog, okay, he ring the bell and then cookie. Okay, and then cookie, food, nice, good, perfect. When after for a while, okay, he just hit the bell, and what the dog will react. That's a behaviorism. Okay, I manipulate the behavior. That's a behaviorism. So simple. Unfortunately, we human beings are part of the animal. We react to it. We use it. Okay? If you work hard, I pay. Or if you do not work, I will fire you. I will not give anything. Extinction, if you do not work continually, I will get rid of you. Okay? And however, if I cannot get rid of you, and I want to keep you, or I will torture you, punish you. Seek to decrease the frequency of the behavior by introducing adverse consequences immediately after the behavior. Okay? So in your high school or the middle school, is there anybody who was beaten by your teacher? No. So your teacher treat you very nicely or very harshly? Your teacher was, every teacher is so nice? Not nice.
Very nice.
Very nice? That's exceptional. That's exceptional. Now for me, I had a really bad teachers in my high school, in my middle school, and then I was beaten. Yeah, that happened, okay? They tortured me a lot. I had a really bad teachers. In my life, I had a really bad teachers a lot. Whatever. Why? They cannot get rid of me from the school. However, they want to change my mentality. Okay? Punish, torture. Okay? Unfortunately, this is not a management. I'm sorry, but however, this is not a management. This is just a controlling something. Okay? If that is occurring in the military, that is acceptable. However, if that is occurring in the workplace, no. Control is different from the management. Okay? However, if I can control, I will control. So many times, it's not acceptable. But unfortunately, this is most popular motivation practice in the workplace. That makes a lot of trouble. And personally, I can tell, in the workplace, we have a very little management, but we have a lot of control, unnecessary control, bureaucracy, unnecessary politics, manipulation. We have. Why we are learning about the management? Because we want to manage, not control. Because control is not sustainable. You can control everybody for short. But however, you cannot keep those kind of control for a long time. Because people believe in. Okay? We need management in order to make our business more sustainable. My suggestion. However, you can make a choice. If you can control. Fine. However, my suggestion is, please try to persuade, please try to manage people in order to make a more sustainable business. Okay, good. Tip for that. That's non-cognitive process approach. Good. So this is a summary of the more traditional motivation theory. Need-based approach, Maslow's hierarchy need, Adler's active ERG, Hertzberg's two-factor theory, cognitive approach, Bloom's expectancy theory, Locke's goal-setting theory, Bandura's social cognitive theory, Adams' activity theory. And non-cognitive approach is simply T for tat, I for I, T for T's, most popular. Okay? So this is summary. Good. So far, any question about traditional motivation theory, traditional, conventional understanding about our motivation? Any question? So far, so good? So far, so good? Good. So then, we can go forward. However, we are now living in the 21st century. We have a better understanding about our motivation. Okay? Let's talk about the recent approaches to the motivation. Recent approach. Okay? Maybe we'd better start with very interesting findings in the workplace. Daniel Pink's drive. Okay? There's the drive. Okay, good. Here we go.
Our motivations are unbelievably interesting. I mean, I've been working on this for a few years, and I just find the topic still so amazingly engaging and interesting. So I want to tell you about that. The science is really surprising. The science is a little bit freaky. Okay? We are not as endlessly manipulable and as predictable as you think. There's a whole set of unbelievably interesting studies. I want to give you two that call into question this idea that if you reward something, you get more of the behavior you want. If you punish something, you get less of it. So let's go from London to the mean streets of Cambridge, Massachusetts, in the northeastern part of the United States. And let's talk about a study done at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Here's what they did. They took a whole group of students and they gave them a set of challenges. Things like memorizing strings of digits, solving word puzzles, other kinds of spatial puzzles, even physical tasks like throwing a ball through a hoop. And they gave them these challenges, and they said to incentivize their performance, they gave you 3 levels of rewards. Okay? So if you did pretty well, you got a small monetary reward. If you did medium well, you got a medium monetary reward. And if you did really well, if you were one of the top performers, you got a large cash prize. Okay? We've seen this movie before. This is essentially a typical motivation scheme within organizations, right? We reward the very top performers, we ignore the low performers, and the other folks kind of in the middle. Okay, get a little bit. So what happens? They do the test, they have these incentives, here's what they found out. 1, as long as the task involved only mechanical skill, bonuses worked as they would be expected. The high
This is to explain about the recent approaches in the motivation. Okay. And actually that is a summary of the motivator theory from the Daniel Pink. Daniel Pink's drive, and then he was curious, and he was a business consultant. For many years, he was really curious why people work, why people do not work. And then he found out a very interesting theory, that is self-determination theory, and he updated that theory a little, like this. Okay, self-determination theory that was proposed by the Desai and Ryan, not Desai and Ryan. And then they proposed that the self-determination theory emphasizes human nature grows toward a positive motivation, intrinsic motivation, not the extrinsic motivation like money. However, this is roughly if their basic need is extrinsic motivation are not fulfilled. So then, autonomy, human want to have a self-regulation, sense of a purpose. And the human want to looking for the competency or the mastery. Okay? I want to prove myself. I am good at something. Oh, I am smart enough. I want to get A. Mastery or competency. And then he proposed that the self-determination originally proposed that the relatedness, human relations. However, the Daniel Pink changed the purpose. Whatever. That three. Intrinsic motivation. Okay? Not money. Really make people work, especially for the knowledge workers. That can be easily understood like this. Okay? For manual work, okay? If I pay, you work. Okay? It's simple. So that if I give you more money, you will work better. Simple. However, knowledge workers like you, bankers, financial analysts, business problem solvers, business analytics, and many sophisticated computer software engineers, they have a different line of this. If you pay more, they work poor. That's our finding, that's our science. That is knowledge work. Okay? So that we find out the very optimal point of this $70,000 in the US. This is maximum performance something. However, this is the money side. This is money. However, absolutely, we create a lot of innovations work out performance based on this. Autonomy, competency, relatedness. So we need to keep talking about intrinsic motivation, factors to motivate knowledge workers like you. Okay? Good. And then that is the things. Okay, we'll get this. Okay, so I have to stop here and we can continue. And we will learn about how we can use that kind of understandings in real business work. Good, so far, any questions? Was it good? Okay, good. Thank you, and I will see you next Tuesday, Monday. Friday, Mark. If you want to do something more, okay, so you can drop by my office. In my office hours anytime. Okay, good. I will see you next Monday.